Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cindy if you are new here, and today we are budgeting paycheck number 1 for the month of June, and we get paid every 2 weeks. We are a family of 4 on one income, and at the moment we are focusing on building our emergency fund. And I am inspired by Dave Ramsey's baby step. We were working on baby step number 2, which is to pay off our debt. So we're definitely on a journey to pay off debt. But right now, since the pandemic, we have just been focusing on our emergency fund for now. So we're getting really close to the goal. So I'm going to continue until we feel that we can we can pause on the emergency fund and continue and work on our debt. Okay, so before we get into the video, there is something that I do want to mention, and I want to talk about what is going on right now in our nation, and that is something that people don't speak about, and that is racism. And I want to use my platform. I don't have a huge following. I don't have a bunch of subscribers like a lot of people do, but I do want to voice what I can to, the platforms that I do have, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and share that the hate has to stop, the racism has to stop, and Black lives do matter. And I know some people might see this and may not like what I am saying, but I have to say my truths, and I feel that if you have any type of platform that you can stand up for what is right, I believe that we all need to do that. And before you comment below, all lives matter, I want to show you something. Okay, and I think that this is my planner. In the planner community on Instagram, they put out a challenge to in support of Black Lives Matter movement to make our spreads for this week, make it an all black and white spread with quotes, and I love it. I love it so much, but I want to share this particular one with you. I hope you guys can see that. Okay, but this quote right here, it says, "We said Black Lives Matter, never said only Black Lives Matter. We know all lives matter. We just need your help with Black Lives Matter, for Black lives are in danger." And so that's what I'm saying. I think people are a little bit confused on, what's being said on social media, on the news. I don't know. There's just so many things, going around and being said, but people are coming back with all lives matter. What about my family? What about this? We experienced that. And I get it. We've all experienced something. I mean, I am Hispanic. I've experienced racism, and I don't want my kids to grow up to face those same things, right? But even with that said, right now, Black lives matter. They're being targeted right now. Their lives are in danger right now. So let's focus on that now, on racism against the Black community right now. Yes, all lives matter. My life matters. Your life matters. Your kids, my kids, of course. And the Black community is not saying that our lives do not matter. They're just saying, help us. Help us right now. They have been experienced this, gone through so many things for centuries, for years and years. And it's just crazy that we're still dealing with this right now in 2020. But we need to stand with the Black community, speak against racism. And right here, this quote that I got from Martin Luther King is, "To ignore evil is to become accomplice to it." Like, we cannot ignore what is happening right now. We cannot ignore what is happening in the Black community. And we cannot be afraid to speak up either. I may say something wrong. I may feel uncomfortable. I may lose subscribers because of this. But you know what? At the end of the day, I cannot ignore what is happening. I can't ignore that. It's what is happening is just, it's wrong. It's hate, and it needs to stop. You know, we need to love each other. And another quote that I have here is, the time is always right to do what is right. Martin Luther King. Let's get into the budget now, you guys. Okay, so we are in paycheck number 1. I've already budgeted my budgeted amount, estimated amount, however you want to say it, with the estimated paycheck, and I always budget for less with the paycheck and more for bills and expenses. I mean, expenses are usually the same, but bills I always over budget. And now I come in and let me zoom you guys in, and I work the actual numbers once my husband gets paid, which he got paid today. So we're gonna go ahead and work these actual numbers. If you're new here, this sheet right here is just my overall budget that I use. I take this information and bring it over here, but I do this every month. So this is my June budget. And now we're going to work with the actual numbers. This form right here is from the Budget Mom. I'll have that linked in the description box if you're interested in this. So if you didn't know, we do the zero-based budget. And we're gonna go ahead and dive right in. Let's get you guys all close and personal. Okay, so what I have here, my husband's paycheck was actually $2,091.24. Okay, and now we're gonna just bring this down here. We're not having any other income except for that. Okay, and now we're gonna go into our bills, the fun part. Yay! So as you guys know, last time I started, paying some of my mortgage from the first paycheck of the month. So I'm gonna do that again. This time it's going to be $200 that I'm gonna put towards mortgage. That would be for July's mortgage. And then my car payment is $543.84. The car insurance actually went up, you guys. Can you believe it? I was thinking it was supposed to happen, I think last month or by this month, that these insurance companies were like giving out these big old discounts for everyone because of the pandemic, and doing this big old announcement and stuff, and we never got a discount in our insurance. Let me know in the comments below if you did, but we haven't. I have State Farm for our car insurance, so let me know if you got a discount, but we didn't, and ours went up. Yeah, so that's nice. Great. So cell phones, that's actually $160.44. Amazon Prime is $13.06. Now this paycheck, we're not going to have that much room to play with this round because our quarterly bills are going to be due in the month of July. I like to pay this the month before they're due because they're both due early in the month. Like HOA is due on the 1st and the garbage is due a couple of days afterwards. But I like to pay that the month before just so the money is there and ready to go. If you didn't know, I have a separate account for all of my bills with Capital One 360, so it doesn't bother me to have money sitting there for a bit because I do not touch that account. It's just all the money for bills goes in there. Okay, so now, so the garbage is going to be 44, and this stays the same, 120 for our HOA. So these two are quarterly. And now we're going to do the fun part. We're going to do some math. We're going to do some math. So I'm going to add these numbers up. All right, so the total is 1,201.49. That is my total bills. Okay, now we're going to take that number and subtract it from the paycheck. Okay, so that is going to be $889.75. Okay, and we're going to bring that down to our envelope section. Let's see, can you guys see that? There we go. So we're going to bring that down. Leftover is $889.75 after bills. So as you can see, it's a nice big difference from what I budget to the actual. And this part here is all the same. $200 for groceries, $150 for gas, $50 for household, $40 for allowance, $38 for hobbies. So this total is going to be exactly the same. Okay, so let's go ahead and subtract this number from the leftover amount. So leftover is $411.75. Look at that, you guys. Can you see that? When I did the estimates, okay, I was only going to stay with $15, and that's of course going off a paycheck of only $1,700. Okay, so keep that in mind. But yeah, so I was only going to have $15 left. Wasn't going to be able to put anything in sinking funds or anything, and only $15 towards emergency fund. Again, you guys heard me say this before. If that's the case, so be it. Something is something, right? Okay, so now we're going to bring our leftover amount of $411.75 over here to our sinking funds section. And the sinking funds that I'm going to be putting some money into is going to be the miscellaneous account. Let's zoom you guys in. My medical, car maintenance, what else? Entertainment, and Christmas. We are halfway through the year. I definitely have to get some money going in there. Okay, so now in the miscellaneous account, we're actually going to put $111.75. That's what we're putting in there. Father's Day is this weekend, so just in case we are still not going out yet and staying home a lot, only where we need to go. The most I've done extra since the opening here in Florida is my mom's house. That's pretty much it. And so yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do anything, but I just want to have just something in there just in case, you know, maybe some fishing. That's something my husband likes to do, and it's something that we can still do social distancing. So we'll see what happens. But it's there just in case. We got medical, putting 20 in medical. We're putting 20 in the car maintenance. We're putting 10 in our entertainment. And we're putting 10 in Christmas. I know it's that much, but hey, it's what we can do right now. And now we're going to go ahead and add these up. So that total is 171.75. Okay, and now we'll subtract this number from the leftover over here. Comes out to 240 as our leftover. Okay, and extra debt section, not yet, soon. We'll be back to that, but we're gonna focus here in our emergency fund. So now I'm going to bring down that leftover to here, which is $240. And you guessed it, I am going to put the entire $240 into the emergency fund, which leaves us at zero. Zero-based budget right there, you guys. And if you don't know what zero-based budget is, it's basically just when you're budgeting like paycheck to paycheck, you're budgeting in a way where you're not staying with anything left over. You're giving your money a job. Every dollar that you bring in has a job to do. And yeah, so that is basically what zero-based budget is. So I love to see the zero at the end. It makes me happy. Next step is we're going to transfer. And I do this using Zelle. And I'm going to transfer all our money from our Chase account, which is our main bank. And that is where my husband's paycheck is deposited to. We are going to transfer the bills, sinking funds, and the emergency fund amount. I'm going to add these together. And this is what's going to get transferred over to my Capital One 360 account. Here in the envelopes, this stays in our main bank. Okay, I keep track of that. You guys seen in my previous videos how I've been tracking my sinking funds now. So I also do the same thing with, my envelopes. And I keep track of the totals, but they all go in one account and I know the balance for each category. Okay, so that stays in Chase. So we're going to add this up and see what we need to transfer over. I cannot show how I actually use Zelle because it does show more personal information when I do that. But I will be right back when I get that money over to my Capital One so you can see me do the transfers. Okay, I am back and we have the money transferred into my Capital One 360. And we had to transfer over $1,613.24. Right now, that amount goes straight to my miscellaneous account with Capital One. So I'm going to zoom you guys in, show you how I transfer this. So we're going to start transferring. We're going to first do bills. Okay, so we're going to transfer from our miscellaneous over to our bills account. In my last video, I got a comment the other day actually about how in the transfers they haven't been showing your nickname. You are able to give your accounts nicknames, which is why it's been easy for me to track everything. I name it bills, I name it all my category names, okay? But when you actually click to transfer, it's not showing. It's showing the last 4 digits of the number, of your account number. I don't know why they're doing that. I'm actually going to call Capital One because this is recent. This is not something, if you've seen my previous videos, whenever I did my transfers and showed you step by step with Capital One, you can see that it shows the nicknames. Now it's not. I don't know why they did that, but I'm definitely going to say something about it. So But yeah, so this is from miscellaneous to the bills. I'm going to choose the amount. We're going to take this total amount, 1,201.49. Done. Just double check everything and slide to transfer. Make another transfer. And I'm going to do the sinking funds. I'm pretty sure if you've been here before, you've seen how I do that, but I do the same thing over and over again for every single account. I transfer from miscellaneous to these. And I'll be back to do the emergency fund with you. I'm going to kind of speed this up a bit. Okay, so I've got all the money transferred to my bills, sinking funds, and now we're going to transfer the money to our emergency fund. So we're going to transfer from miscellaneous and to the emergency fund. Right here. Today's date. I hope you guys can see. Hopefully, looks like it's not in focus. But the amount is going to be $240. Okay, double checking everything. And slide to transfer. Exit out. And now everything is where it needs to be. So all the bills are there. Medical is growing. That makes me happy. Okay, so we have everything where it needs to go. And here is our emergency fund. Yay! $5,470.49. That makes me so happy and excited. And I also wanted to show you guys this. The interest is so great with Capital One, the savings accounts. In the month of May, I got $5.62 just from interest. Okay, that is free money, you guys. Free money. So it's really great, especially obviously having this large amount in there. So you're going to get more interest. So there is my number in the emergency fund. So we're all done. I'm gonna log out of that. And there it is, you guys. There is my final budget. Everything is transferred and where it needs to go. One thing that I do is, obviously I don't do it on camera, is after this, after I do my transfers, I then go, now I'm using Google Sheets to track my sinking funds. And what I do is just after this part, I go ahead and go into Google Sheets and I update these deposits in these accounts just so I can keep track of it and update the new balance. And that's it. And my budget will be officially done for this paycheck. I do always budget paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, so there it is. Yes, makes me happy. Anytime we can put anything in emergency fund, which is our main focus right now, and still get a few you know, a little bit of money into some sinking funds, which is always nice as well. So there it is, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. And, you know, I'm definitely not a professional by any means, but I can, you know, definitely help the best that I can and answer any questions from my own personal experience and my journey with budgeting so far this year. I have been really enjoying it, actually loving it. I don't know how I was dealing with money before I started this budget, which is crazy. I really don't know how we were making it. But we were, but now seeing everything on paper and giving every dollar a job in our budget has been, you know, it's just been such a blessing, and I am so thankful that I learned. And, you know, it's never too late, right? I mean, many, many years of paycheck to paycheck and no savings and no, none of that stuff. And a lot of times barely making it by, and now to be able to sit here and do this budget is just, it's just so great, and it's just been really eye-opening. I'm always learning, and it's been great. So it's definitely been a blessing to our family. So there it is, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. That looks so weird. There we go. It really helps me out if you guys give this video a thumbs up. So you guys enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. And until the next one, thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.